Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here with a book haul for you today. I'm gonna try to make this a quick one because it is 1 p.m. and I've already had kind of a day. I know that I said that I was going to try to not buy that many books, but the spring releases have been coming out. There's some things that were on my top anticipated releases of 2016, whatever I called that video. And you know, stuff happens, so let's just go over what I got. So let's just start with the most obvious ones, shall we? Which are the ones that I put on my top anticipated releases of 2016. The first one is the one that I did a review on, so hopefully you guys have all seen this coming. It is Tell the Wind and Fire by Sarah Rees Brennan. Yes, I've already read this book, but I got it in ebook off of NetGalley in advance, so I thought it was only right that since I absolutely loved it, I would pick up a physical copy. It is a wonderful book. I will link my review down below. It is a urban fantasy retelling, sort of modern day-ish, set in a alternate version of New York City, and it is a sort of retelling of Charles Dickens' Tale of Two Cities. It has revolution and questions about innocence and a really awesome main character named Lucy who, you know, makes some bad judgment calls but is just trying her hardest to survive in a system of violence and protect the people that she loves and wants to keep safe. The next one is one that was, again, on that top anticipated list. It is No Love Allowed by Kate Evangelista. This is a debut, it is her first novel, and I picked this up purely because it is fake dating, and I absolutely love fake dating. I haven't started this one yet, so I don't know how that's gonna go. Sometimes, you know, fake dating can let me down, but I am really hopeful. It is about a kid who, his name is Caleb, and he needs a fake girlfriend, otherwise he's gonna get shipped off to Yale. I don't know why that is a thing, but hopefully the book will make that sort of plausible, but I need the barest of excuses to go along with fake dating because, like I said, it is one of my favorite tropes. So moving on, the next books I picked up at a trip to Barnes & Noble because this one was one that I can't remember if I put on my top anticipated books. It is The Winter's Curse by Maria Martkowski. I went to pick this up, and then while I was there, I picked up another couple ones that I was interested in. This is the third book in the Winter's Curse trilogy. I haven't started this one yet, but it is on the list to be read very soon because I have really liked books 1 and 2. And book 2 ends on kind of an emotional torment note, so I'm hoping that book 3 will resolve all of that, but also I'm a little bit concerned about what's going to happen to all of the characters, so we'll see how this goes. The next book is a graphic novel. It is called Bodywork, which is a Rivers of London tie-in, so it's by Ben Aaronovitch, and it is has art by 3 people whose names I don't know, which are Cartmel, Sullivan, and Guerrero. I don't know. I've already read this one because it's a graphic novel. It really doesn't take very long, and it was fun and I liked it. It doesn't really link into the main series that much, so if you were hoping for it to be like a serious installment in Rivers of London, it's not. It's more of a side story. It's just like a single case that they have to solve, but it has some of my favorite side characters, which include Sarah Galid, who is this character here, down here, and then Detective Inspector Miriam Stephanopoulos, who is this one right here. So I love both of them, and then this is Peter. I liked the art in this. I thought that, you know, it was funny and a nice little side story while we're waiting for The Hanging Tree, which comes out in summer. And the next one is actually what I ended up using instead of the Art of Tidying for my self-improvement book category on the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge. It is called Ask a Queer Chick, A Guide to Sex, Love, and Life for Girls Who Dig Girls by Lindsay King Miller. I am realizing that I don't think I've ever officially said this on this YouTube channel, but I identify as queer, and this just seemed like kind of a fun thing to read. Lindsay King Miller ran an advice column, also called Ask a Queer Chick, on The Hairpin was the site, I believe. And The Hairpin is a site that I haven't gone to that much, but I do have some experience with it, and I know the type of content that they tend to put out, and I've found some of their columns really funny, so I decided to give it a shot. I will talk more about this in my April wrap-up because I have already finished it, but as a sort of general overview, she is about the same age as me, and we have very similar sort of identity things, so it didn't really feel like it was a lot of stuff that I didn't know already, but it was stuff that I thought was really nice to have confirmed. or, you know, more validated, I guess, because, you know, mainstream media doesn't really talk about queer relationships that much. So I thought it was fun, and it does have some chapters about, you know, dealing with discrimination and resources and things like that, if that is a thing that you think you might need. So next on the list is one of those used bookstore purchases. I went in to drop off a couple bags of books, and I came home with one. So it was pretty good. So the book that I came home with was Dorothy Dunnett's The Game of Kings, which is the first book in the Lyman Chronicles. This is actually a series that I've been meaning to pick up for a while, so I was really happy to find it in the used bookstore. These books were published, I believe, in like the 1960s or so, but they are set in the 1500s, and they are about a sort of Robin Hood figure, possibly? I just know that Ellen Kushner was really heavily influenced by Dorothy Dunnett when she wrote Swords Point, which is one of my absolute favorite novels of all time. It is a sort of fantasy, it is called manners punk as a genre, where it's like, it's kind of a fantasy world, but there's no real magic. It's more just like an alternate society. It's sort of hard to explain, but I love it. And apparently she was really influenced by this series, and I've heard from other people that it is a really fun, sort of swashbuckling kind of tale. So I've been meaning to pick them up for a while. I was really happy that the used bookstore had it, and I'll be starting this soon. And then the last book on here is Take the Fall by Emily Hainsworth. Sorry, not Hansworth, Hainsworth. This book was pitched as like something meets Twin Peaks. I can't remember what, possibly like Veronica Mars or something. Anyway, it is about a girl whose best friend gets murdered, and then she is trying to investigate who killed her. Twin Peaks is a TV show that came out a while ago and centers around the murder of a teenage girl named Laura Palmer, and then there ends up being some like supernatural things that end up happening in the city as like this FBI investigator comes in to take a look at the crime. And so I have heard good things about this. I'm sort of hoping that the comparison to Twin Peaks involves some supernatural elements. I don't think they would have mentioned it if it didn't, but they don't say anything on the jacket cover about those supernatural elements, so I'm interested to see how this shakes out. Apparently the reviews were pretty good. Everyone was saying it was a good thriller, so I like thrillers, I like supernatural thrillers. I'm excited to see how this goes. So that is actually everything that I've picked up in April so far. You may have noticed that there's something missing, which is The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. I have ordered it, but the day that I post this video is the same day that it is technically released, so I don't think that I will have it until this video actually goes up. But probably as soon as this video goes up, I will already have it. So I know that that was a little bit quicker than some of my other hauls, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I mentioned down in the comments below, and I will see you guys very soon with another video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!